तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः तदा मह्यं ददाति सततां वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीतापदकमलं क्षमांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते स्वामी, ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष पाश्चात्य कम करोतु वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्य। हरि ओम तत्सत। हरे कृष्ण। So thank you so much for all of you who made it possible to join today. Uh, so we are continuing our discussion on the 8th canto. We are today discussing chapter 3. Krishna willing, we intend to complete the chapter. The chapter is not very long, 33 shlokas. And we are continuing in the 8th canto discussion of the beautiful pastime of Gajendra Moksha, the deliverance of the king of elephants. Now, this is a very unique pastime and many beautiful lessons. This chapter is around 33 shlokas, not very long. 90% of this chapter is actually prayers by Gajendra. So, and the pastime of Gajendra continues into the following chapter as well. But the main pastime of the saving of Gajendra, the deliverance of Gajendra from the crocodile happens in this chapter. So we will discuss that and also we'll try to draw some lessons. I will briefly go through the prayers because many of the principles mentioned in the prayers are echoing again and again and again the same profound transcendental truths about the nature of the Supreme. You will see echoing through the pages of the Bhagavatam again and again, because that is the realization of the transcendent nature of the Supreme Lord. And as we hear in different words the Supreme being described, our appreciation and understanding of the transcendental nature of the Lord and His greatness gradually increases. Srila Prabhupada says we read Bhagavatam because even though people say God is great, people do not know how great God is. So before we can discuss Krishna's Leela, who's in Vrindavan playing a flute, so that we do not mistake him to be maybe an extraordinary boy, maybe a bit more good looking than me, maybe a bit more powerful than me. Comparing him with Superman, Batman, whatever other man that we think are powerful. So to remove any misconceptions about who is this boy who's playing in Braj and herding cows, Prabhupada says the first 9 cantos establish the greatness of God. Who is this God? who is this person who's playing in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj? So as we read these beautiful pastimes of the Lord, right from creation and all these beautiful pastimes, and through the prayers of the great devotees who reveal through their prayers the power, the beauty, the opulence of the Supreme, His kindness, His mercy, so on and so forth, our appreciation of the Lord, His greatness becomes deeper and deeper and deeper. So that by the time we reach 10th canto, ideally, we should be approaching these pastimes uh, with the right attitude. So I will go through the overview of the essence of what Gajendra prays. And the very fact that Gajendra prays itself is a very unique characteristic of this pastimes, because we generally don't expect animals to pray. Generally, we do not expect animals to pray. And that is one of the things we say, right? Oh, human form of life is so rare, it's so special, because in no other form of life you can make spiritual endeavor, because one is so covered over by the lower modes and totally living a life of driven by impulses, basis the body, that one is not able to do anything more than following the impulses uh, of that non-human body, whatever it is, whether it's a fish, it's a tree, it's a bird, it's an animal, whatever. And that's why usually lower beings don't even have karma, because they are just driven by their urges. Only discrimination power is there in humans. That is why uh, we are held accountable for our actions. So this particular beautiful pastime, uh, we are at the point where Gajendra, and we discussed this in great detail in the previous chapter, on the Trikuta mountain, we discussed the opulence, the beauty of Trikuta, more beautiful than any other spot on the earth. It was a holiday spot for the Devatas, and that was the normal residence of this king of elephants. In the middle of the ocean of milk, these three peaks of iron, silver, and gold, and we discussed the beauty of this crystal clear water lake and everything so wonderful. This elephant so powerful, intoxicated with material happiness and a sense of power and control, strolling through the forest, and all the other animals giving way, walking into the water, surrounded by so many she elephants and his tiny children, and of course his subjects, and how this Gajendra's leg was attacked by a crocodile in the lake. Because the crocodile was disturbed. Why this big elephant is coming to my area? My area, this is my domain. Why is he coming here and disturbing the whole water? Correct? We discussed this also, that also last time. Even though nothing belongs to us, whatever we are used to enjoying, we claim it to be ours. Correct? Prabhupada would often say, we say, oh, this land belongs to me. I have bought this land. But the land existed before you were born, and the land will continue to exist after you are gone. So how are you the controller and proprietor? And so many others will over time claim proprietorship over the same piece of land, but the land will continue to be there. None of us have created the land, nor are we going to take that land with us. So that is the false sense of proprietorship. So the crocodile, also a very powerful animal of the water, held on to the foot of Gajendra, who tried very hard to release himself, but was unable to. Gajendra looked all around, looked for help. Even the other elephants, powerful elephants, his subjects, they tried to hold him from behind and pull him out, but they were also not able to pull him out. 1,000 celestial years this conflict went on. 1,000 celestial. And as time passed, the Bhagavatam explains, Gajendra started becoming weaker and weaker and weaker because he was in foreign territory, he was in water. The crocodile started becoming stronger and stronger and stronger because the crocodile is an animal of the water. Sometimes Gajendra would manage to pull the crocodile a little behind, try to get him out of the water, but then the crocodile would again succeed to pull him into the water. So it was like a tug of war. But in this case, instead of the rope, it was the foot of the elephant Gajendra, which was being pulled. So Gajendra, as he started becoming weaker and weaker, and as he started realizing that not only am I not going to win this battle, but nobody around here is going to be able to save me. In fact, at that time, even various devatas had gathered in the sky. Watch the spectacle of this tussle between Gajendra and the crocodile. And they were also not helping. So Gajendra reached the conclusion in his own mind after reflection that now I am finished. Nothing can save me now, neither my kingdom, nor my opulence, nor my wealth, nor my so-called strength. And he practically became hopeless. But in that hopelessness, Shukadeva Goswami, and this is where this chapter begins. As Gajendra was reflecting on what to do, something very interesting happened. Something very interesting, which typically will not happen for a normal animal. A normal animal, apart from eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, will have no other reflections. But Gajendra wasn't an ordinary animal. Suddenly, from within his heart came recollection of a mantra which this particular elephant, the soul who's in the elephant body currently, had repeatedly prayed to the Supreme Lord in his previous life when he was a king by the name of Indradyumna. He was a king in Tamil Nadu. That is also mentioned. The story of King Indradyumna of Tamil Nadu is given in the next chapter. So we'll discuss that in detail in the next chapter. But because he was a great devotee in his past life and that somehow also we'll discuss in the next chapter, he ended up in this dull-headed, of course all animals are dull-headed, the elephant body. He suddenly remembered, by Krishna's grace, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, that sarvasya chaham hridisannivishta matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. I am situated in the heart of every living entity. And from me comes forgetfulness, also comes remembrance and knowledge. So Krishna from within the heart, as he was desperately trying to seek shelter somewhere, where should I seek shelter? Where should that recollection, Krishna gave him that recollection. Why? Because his previous devotional service still went with him, even though he lost the human body. Devotional service does not perish. Prabhupada quotes this very famous verse from the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna says, Tatratam buddhi sanyogam labhate paurvadehikam yatate cha tato uyah sansibdhau kurunandana purvabhyasena tenaiva riyate hi avashopisah. This is in the 6th chapter, where Krishna is describing to Arjuna the gati, the destination of the unsuccessful yogi. So Indra Maharaj fell into that category, unsuccessful yogi. He was a devotee, but he couldn't achieve perfection. Somehow he made a mistake that he became a elephant. Tatratam buddhi sanyoga. Buddhi sanyoga means again in the next life, I will ensure that he recollects from where he left off. I will give him the buddhi sanyog. He will again in his heart be inspired to continue on the path of devotion. Avasho api. He will just be so naturally attracted to the spiritual principles when he comes across them by the arrangement of the Lord. He will not even understand, why am I being so attracted to these things? This knowledge, automatically the heart will get attracted because those impressions are there at the soul level, not just the body and the mind, at the level of the soul. Because bhakti is at the level of the soul. Yoga or connection to the Supreme is at the level of the soul. And then that Atma will continue in that new body progress. Of course, this typically happens in the human form of life, from one human form, because anybody who has done devotional service normally doesn't go into lower species. These are very, very special exceptions. Very special exceptions. And we will go into the story of Indradumna Maharaj, why that happened. So Bharat Maharaj, he became a deer. Indradumna Maharaj became an elephant. So there are exceptions. So please do not think that it will never happen to me. Generally, it doesn't happen. But there may be very special circumstances. And even when such special circumstances arise, we have seen through the pages of Bhagavatam, the Lord doesn't forget. Even though the living entity in that dull body may forget the Lord, may. Bharat Maharaj didn't. When he was born, dear Krishna gave him clear recollection because he was very, very advanced soul. This is the level of bhava. Indradumna Maharaj wasn't as exalted. So when the right time came, Krishna gave him that memory. What memory came into his mind? The memory of the prayers that he had recited in his previous life. And instinctively, the urge came in his heart to offer those prayers. He couldn't even recollect. He was in an elephant body. Who is this person that he is praying to? He didn't even know the name of the person whom he is praying to. But he had that deep impression in his soul that these prayers are meant for the Supreme, for the highest of the high. And instinctively, in that deep mood of surrender, Gajendra started recollecting and offering those prayers in his mind. Obviously, he was in an elephant body, so he wasn't reciting them like what we would recite, but probably he was reciting them in his consciousness. And Srila Prabhupada says that is why, Prabhupada gives a very nice advice. He says, that is why don't think that when we try to recollect, try to by heart prayers, try to chant mantras, all this, we don't know when it will come to great use. Just like for Gajendra, whatever prayers he had recited in his previous life, suddenly came to his memory and saved him the most dangerous situation. So one should always chant, whether it is the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, or Narsimha Pranam, Ito Narsinga, Parto Narsinga, Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsinga. Or beautiful prayers like the Brahma Samhita, Chintamani Prakarasadma Sukalpa Vriksha, Laksha Vruteshu Surabhira Vipalayantam. So many beautiful prayers. So Prabhupada encourages you to see how that memory came about. 20-30 verses of prayers came from the mouth of an elephant. So he says, Prabhupada encourages, we should form that habit. Prabhupada not only says that, he says also we should remember the pastime of Ajamil. How on his lips also the name of Narayan came at the time of his death because of his past practice. So whatever practice of devotion we are doing, it is not wasted. Sometimes even if the living entity gets into an apparently a situation which seems to be hopeless and helpless, the Lord never forgets the devotional service that the devotee has done, and the Lord will give the right inspiration at the right time to reawaken the spiritual consciousness of that particular soul. And Gajendra suddenly at that point, helplessly in a helpless mood, starts sincerely offering prayers. Now, this is a very, very important quality if we want our prayers to be successful. Very often, you may offer prayers, but you say, Prabhu, I'm not sure it is producing the desired effect. So, prayers have to be very, very sincerely offered to the Lord. Otherwise, they may not receive immediate reciprocation. It is never that Krishna doesn't listen to prayers. We must be very, very confident. Krishna always listens to prayers. Well, whether he accepts our sincere prayers or not, because sometimes we ask for things which may not be good for us. So, if Krishna doesn't reciprocate the way we want, we may think that Krishna is not listening, but it's not that Krishna is not listening. Krishna may just choose to, Arey Baba, kya mang raha hai? What are you asking for? This is not good for you. I have something better planned for you. Sometimes we want things which may be outside the plan of Krishna. Sometimes Krishna may still accommodate it, but sometimes Krishna may that this is not going to be of help to you. In that case, the Lord may. So that's why it is said there are no unanswered prayers. Sometimes the answer is no. There are no unanswered prayers. Sometimes the answer is no. Means I know what you are asking, but not good for you. So Gajendra begins his prayers. Very beautiful. Huh? Om Namo Bhagavate Tasmai Yata Etacchidatmakam Purushayadi Vijaya Pareshaya Abhidhimahi. Whom am I offering these prayers? Om Namo Bhagavate Tasmai, the Supreme Person. He doesn't take the name. He doesn't know who is that Supreme Person. O Supreme Lord, I offer the prayers to you. Yata etat chidatmakam. He who is fully spiritual, and by whose spiritual presence this whole material manifestation has become alive. My body has become alive because of the presence of my soul, and this whole material manifestation is alive by the presence of whose consciousness. Adi Bijaya, the root cause of everything, and Pareshaya, transcendent Lord. He's the Supreme Ishvara, he's even the boss of Shiva and Brahma. Abhidhimahi, I meditate on him. So Gajendra was very clear in his prayers. He wasn't praying to a Devata. He was praying to Om Namo Bhagavate, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the root of everything. And then in his prayers, Gajendra starts describing the characteristics through the various verses of that supreme transcendent truth to whom he is appealing for help. Because Gajendra realized in his heart deeply that no one else other than the Supreme Person can save him. That he's in such a difficulty, nobody can help him. And that's how Gajendra felt, instinctively. His sense of surrender to the Lord got awakened. And he starts describing the Lord in very, very beautiful Sanskrit verses, which he had by hearted in his previous life. Oh Lord, this supreme being that I'm referring to is the one on whom everything is resting. From him, the whole cosmos manifestation comes. And the manifestation is not different from him in one sense, but still he is different from his manifestation. that self-sufficient, self-contained Supreme Lord, I am offering my respectful obeisances. It is only that Lord by whose energy this manifestation comes, dissolves, but He remains the invisible truth, witness behind this cosmic manifestation, unaffected and unchanged, always transcendental to the material energy. May that Supreme Lord give me protection. Oh Lord, that Supreme Lord, please give me protection. You are so great that in due course, even when the whole manifestation of the material universe is extinguished, including all the planets and the devatas in charge of the planets, and there is a situation of dense darkness because of practically not having any material existence at all. Even at that time, you exist in your own original transcendental position, unaffected. That is why you are beyond this cosmic manifestation. That Supreme Lord, I take shelter at His lotus feet. Sometimes, O Supreme, you are so great. You, when this world is manifested, you appear in this world in various forms. Just like an actor comes on stage, an artist comes on stage dressed in different nice clothes and garments and plays different roles and performs wonderful activities. You are that supreme artist. Even when you come, even great devatas and sages are unable to understand your divine personalities. What to speak of ordinary animals like me? What we can understand about you? You are so great. You create this world out of your energy, out of your potency, and you sometimes appear in this world for the protection of religious principles. Huh? But you cannot be understood. Correct? Krishna also says this in the Bhagavad Gita, right? Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vetti tatvatah takva deham punarjanma neti mamse. It's very difficult to understand my appearance and activities in this material world. He who can understand them factually never takes birth again in this. So people generally get deluded. Oh Lord, you are so great that those who are very purified, the great sages, the very renounced people who see all living entities equally, who perform a lot of austerities, are perfect in vows of brahmacharya, who have taken the higher orders of vanaprastha, sannyas, even they are always seeking to see your lotus feet. They want the darshan of your lotus feet. Those who are detached from everything else, but they are not detached from your lotus feet. They want the darshan of your lotus feet. That Supreme Lord, I want to be my destination. Actually, something interesting, even though Gajendra is praying to the Lord, he is not only praying to the Lord to save him from the crocodile. And as you go through these prayers, you will start realizing that Gajendra, and this becomes more evident as we come towards the end of his prayers, that Gajendra's surrender and sincerity becomes so acute that is not only requesting this supreme being that he's talking about to relieve him from his immediate distress, but actually he is asking the Lord to relieve him from the jaws of the crocodile of material existence, Bhavasagar. And that is the mercy of the Lord. So when the Lord puts his devotees into this kind of a encumbrance of an unexpected disaster where the devotee is caught the jaws of the crocodile of time and subjected to intense misery, it may seem very cruel. Oh God, you are so cruel. Did this to your devotees. What is actually the Lord doing? The Lord is putting his devotee into such a situation that the devotee can wholeheartedly take full shelter of the Lord, realizing the full futility and helplessness that the living entity is in material existence. So Gajendra was not only praying for being relieved from the jaws of the crocodile, he realized his helpless condition within material existence. All because of his past devotional service. Continues to glorify the Lord. He says, "Oh Lord, oh Supreme, you have no material body. You don't have any material birth, name, form, qualities, activities. All this cosmic manifestation. And your name and form, when you appear in this world, are transcendental. They don't belong to this world. And they are part of the internal energy. And when you appear in forms like Rama and Krishna, who are the Supreme Brahman, I offer my obeisances." Very, very beautiful verse. तस्मै नमः परेशाय ब्रह्मणे अनंत शक्तये अरूपो यो रूपाय नाम आश्चर्य कर्म. Very beautiful prayers. We don't have so much time to go into each and every word and phrase. So, summarizing, please read. And the purports are also so wonderful. Oh Lord, I offer my obeisances. You are not only the Supreme Person transcendental to this material existence, but within the material existence, you are present as the self-effulgent Paramatma, the witness within the heart of every living entity. From you only all this memory is coming and you are enlightening. You are making the world alive, including our bodies. Sometimes people think, oh, God is so far away. He's beyond. Where is he here? But God is both far away and most near simultaneously. Tad dure tat chatad antike. That is what the Upanishad says. So far away, but at the same time is most near. It's just next to the soul. Actually, to even say that he's next to the soul is also an understatement. Because we are all his part and parcel. We are all within him. Our separation from him is only an illusory separation because of the veil of Maya. Actually, we are never separate. There's nothing beyond him. There's nothing outside of him. Everything is within him. That is the vision that the self-realized souls are striving for. You have to witness everything, whole existence. Andantarastha cha paramanu chayantarastam. Not only are you present within the universe at a macro level, making the whole universe work by the presence, just like the body works by the presence of a small soul, the universe is functioning because of the presence of the big soul, the soul of the universe, Hiranyagarbha. So you're present in the small, you're present in the big. Everything is being sustained, supported, and activated based on you. What is there beyond you? Even though you are beyond, you are also inside. And even the ingredients of the cosmic manifestation, you're both the efficient cause and the material cause. Efficient means you are making it possible. Material cause means the ingredients are also coming from you. So you are making it, and what it is made of is also you. You in the sense, it is your energy. That's why sometimes the Upanishads will say, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. Everything is Brahman. That doesn't mean to say that all of us are God, that a stone is God, I am God, tree is God. No, not in that sense. But Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. Everything is God in the sense that everything is part of the energy of the Lord. It's coming from Him, resting in Him, controlled by Him. There is nothing outside of Him. Everything is the whole cosmic manifestation is only a transformation of His energies. And He and His energies are simultaneously one and different. The one has become two for the purpose of Leela. The one Supreme has become Purusha and Prakriti for the purpose of manifestation, for the purpose of joy. So those who develop this proper understanding can understand the truth as it is. O Lord, this transcendental nature of yours that I am describing, Gajendra is saying, can only be understood by the pure devotees who are practicing bhakti yoga. It's very difficult. And Krishna says this in the Gita also, right? Bhaktya mamam vijanati yavan yaschashmi tatvatah. Those who want to understand me exactly as I am, through bhakti it is possible. Otherwise, they partially understand me and think that is the full truth. They don't understand me fully. O bestower of happiness, O master of the spiritual world, I offer my respectful obeisances to you. Namah Shantaya Ghoraya Mudhaya Gunadharmine Nirvisheshaya Samyaya Namo Jnana Dhanaya Cha. Namah Shantaya, O Lord, who is very peaceful. Who is this peaceful Lord? This peaceful Lord is referring to Lord Vasudeva, Paramatma, the super soul of every living entity. Ghoraya, fearsome forms like Narsinga. You offer sometimes very peaceful, you sometimes appear as Narsinga. Mudhaya, sometimes you take Muda forms, means animal forms. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha. Mudhaya Gunadharmine. Sometimes you appear to accept the qualities of this material world. Sometimes you come as Nirvisheshaya, as Lord Dattatreya, preach impersonal philosophy of the pure Brahman, non-dual Brahman. Sometimes you come as Samyaya, the form like Lord Buddha who preaches the philosophy of Nirvana, which is aimed at cessation of all material qualities and becoming free from all material inebrities. Namah Jnana Ghanaya, and O Lord, who is the knowledge of the impersonal Brahman, I offer my obeisances to the Lord. So many aspects of the Lord is described. The Lord not only is present in the form of Jnana Ghanaya, the impersonal Brahman effulgence, is also present in different forms. Some which are Shanta, some which are Ghora, some which are Muda-like, some which are peaceful, Samyaya. So you see, oh Lord, you're taking so many wonderful, beautiful forms, and I offer my respectful obeisances to you in all these forms and also you in your form as the personal Brahman. In the form of super soul, you are the superintendent of everything and the witness of everything. You are the source of material nature and its Lord as well. You are the owner of everything, including our body. And you are complete. You lack nothing. I offer my obeisances. So, along these lines, he goes on offering various prayers. I can go on each of the verses actually, so philosophically profound. And he glorifies the Lord in many other ways. He says that you are the shelter of Vedic knowledge. You are the one from whom liberation comes. You are the only shelter of living entities, just like the Arani wood. Arani wood is a special type of wood which is rubbed to produce fire. In ancient times, there were no matchboxes and lighters to light fires or sacrifices. So there would be a wood known as Arani. So with the wood, they would invoke fire. They would create fire through friction. So he says, just like knowledge about you is covered over by the modes of nature, just like the Arani wood has fire, but that fire is not manifest until it is rubbed, then it gets activated. Similarly, those who are practicing and cultivating spiritual knowledge, they are able to understand you. Otherwise, it is not possible. You will always remain covered. Those are transcendental You appear in their pure mind. So you are worshipped, O Lord, by such great, great persons, and you are so transcendental, you are so great. What to speak of me? And now Gajendra is taking a very humble position. He first glorified the Lord, then he's saying, great devatas, great sages, in their pure consciousness you appear, but I am moodha. I am an animal. But still, because I have surrendered to you, my Lord, I am confident that you will deliver me from this dangerous position. I am very confident you will save me because you are always very merciful. You are situated at the heart of living entities. You are always waiting for the living entities to turn towards you so that you can show your special favor to them. So I am very confident. You are very difficult to attain for those who are attached to material things and to wealth and to body and to fame and so many other things. But those who are fully surrendered to you, you offer yourself to them very easily. Well, approach you, my Lord, because they are interested in dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. What is it that you cannot give? You can even give liberation those who come to you. What to speak of liberation? You even give a spiritual body in your spiritual world, those who approach you with devotion. So I am not asking anything much. I am just saying, please free me, liberate me from this present danger, and also liberate me from the materialistic way of life. Please liberate me. So this is a very important realization. Some people, they just pray to the Lord. Artha. Artha means those who are in misery. There are four kinds of people who approach the Lord, right? Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. Artha, Artharthi, Jigyasu, and Jnani. Artharthi means they want wealth. And there are Artha means they are disturbed. People, they go to the Lord, oh Lord, I'm in this trouble, this legal problem, that problem, money problem, husband problem, wife problem, parent problem, job problem, disease problem, problem. So many. There's no limit to the kind of problems. So whenever there's problem, go to the Lord, solve it. Okay, thank you, Lord. Next time when I have problem, I will come back to you. Again, oh Lord, again problem, please help. The Lord's attitude towards devotees is a bit different. Sincere devotees. The Lord gives them problem not just so that they can turn to Him once and ask Him to relieve, but for them to understand and realize that problems are never going to end. And that the cause of problem, the root cause of problem is their materialistic way of life. So the Lord wants devotees, sincere devotees, to not just come. Of course, the Lord is happy when anyone approaches Him, even to be free from material danger. He wants His sincere devotees to realize the futility of material existence and take shelter of Him. Padam padam yad vipadam natesham, to not find shelter in this material world where there is danger at every step. But not just to take shelter temporarily for fixing one problem, because problem is always around the corner in material existence. Birth, old age, disease, death. Adhibhautik, adhidevik, adhyatmik kleshas. And then he says, oh Lord, generally you give all kinds of benedictions. But actually, your unalloyed devotees, oh Lord, even though you give all benedictions, they have no aspiration other than to serve you. They just want to chant and hear your names, chant your activities, which are so wonderful and auspicious. And just by doing that, they are merged in an ocean of bliss. Such devotees never ask for any benediction. They don't ask for dharma, artha, kama, moksha, or anything else. But I am not at that level. Gajendra is but I'm not that high. I understand that. I understand that philosophy. I'm not quite there yet, and I'm in so much danger. So I can't see you, but you are eternally present and you are existing everywhere. I'm appealing to you. You are the Lord even of Brahma and Shiva. You are the Lord who is approachable through bhakti. So I'm offering my obeisances to you and pleading to you, please deliver me. I know that is not the highest aspiration. Correct? So sometimes even for us as devotees, we are not yet the platform of pure devotion. So while we may be asking for so many things, sometimes when we are in difficulty, we will approach the Lord and ask the Lord to free us from that particular condition. And that is okay. I mean, okay in the sense that that may not be the highest uh, standard of pure devotion, but it is natural for a devotee to turn towards the Lord for help when he is in danger. So that is not a disqualification. Those are very advanced in consciousness. They see everything as the mercy of the Lord, but that is not always so easy for the sadhakas. But that's okay. It's not going to be a major obstacle. And as one purifies, one will find more and more deeper shelter and start seeing all difficulties as the mercy of. And he says a very beautiful prayer. He says, "Oh Lord, I have now realized." He doesn't say it, but he means this, that actually what I want is not just release from this danger. Actually, after I'm released from the clutches of this crocodile, I don't even want to live in this material world. I realized in this 1000 years of struggle, even though I achieved the peak of material success, within a few moments, everything was messed up big time. And how helpless I have become. And I've realized how fragile this so-called material happiness is. How everything can be in a moment totally be turned to a most miserable situation. So I'm not interested in keeping this elephant body anymore. I don't want to remain in material ignorance. I just want to remove all these layers of ignorance. I just want to be liberated from material existence altogether. Because this elephant body may die, but simply by the death of the body, ignorance doesn't die. I want you to kill not only uh, free me not only from this danger, but I want you to destroy my ignorance. This is also a very important point. We cannot think that our ignorance will automatically be extinguished. No. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. If you don't make sincere efforts to get out of the cycle of birth and death, we will just continue. We may be pious, but we'll still continue. So now I am offering prayers. Please release me from this materialistic life. So he offers very beautiful prayer. There are a few more verses. And he says that, "O Lord, I'm trapped in Maya because I'm overcome by your illusory energy. I have forgotten that actually I'm a part and parcel of you. So that's why to reawaken the understanding of my true identity and my relationship with you, I fully take shelter of your lotus feet." So interesting. Huh? And this is also one of the beautiful examples of prayers. How one starts by expressing the greatness of the Lord, huh? Then presents his own insignificance in front of the Lord, and then pleads for the Lord's mercy without saying that I am very qualified. And doesn't go to the Lord to beg by saying, "Oh Lord, I have come. I'm so qualified. You must give your mercy." Not in that way. So very humbly, he prays like this. Then Shukadev Goswami says, narrating this to Parikshit Maharaj, he says, That all these prayers that Gajendra offered, describing the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Being, without taking anybody's name. He was not referring to any of the devatas. He was not referring to Brahma. He was not referring to Shiva. He was not referring to Indra, to Chandra. So even though all of them were present in the sky watching this, none of them came to his help. Just saying, "Arey, wo mujhko, it is not calling me." Not call, because what he's describing doesn't apply to any of them. These prayers only apply to the supreme transcendent beings, Lord Hari, Lord Vishnu. Doesn't apply to Lord Brahma, doesn't apply to Lord Shiva, what to speak of the other devatas. Then Lord Hari, the Manvantara avatar, the son of Harini and Harimedha, who was the Indra, who was the Manvantara avatar, he appeared reciprocating with these prayers of Gajendra. Suddenly, the Supreme Lord, on the back of Garuda, appeared there, hovering in the sky, suddenly in front of Gajendra. Because the Supreme Lord could understand that Gajendra is praying to him fervently. Just like Draupadi was praying in her moment of intense agony, helplessly, Hey Krishna, Hey Govinda. Krishna rushed to save her. Similarly, Lord Hari rushed to save Gajendra. He suddenly appeared there in the sky on the back of Garuda. And he appeared, along with him, all the other devatas surrounding appeared, and they saw him, oh, the big boss is here. And they also started offering beautiful prayers to the Lord. The Lord appeared, very beautiful, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, on the back of Garuda. Appeared before Jindra. There's something very beautiful where Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments on this particular verse. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur makes an interesting comment. He says that Gajendra was in a very, very difficult position and he was actually praying for the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Actually, the devatas who were in the sky, actually they could have helped Gajendra, isn't it? Is it not possible for Brahma and Shiva and other devatas to rescue Gajendra from a crocodile? I mean, it was not that they were fighting Hiranyakashipu, it was a crocodile. But they didn't, because they were thinking, he's not praying to me, he's not asking me to help, why should I go? So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that the devatas felt offended that he was approaching the Supreme and not them. So as soon as the Lord himself appeared there, they all became embarrassed. Actually, I should have done this, I should have helped, I waited, I made the Lord come to save. So they suddenly felt embarrassed. Correct? The work that the servant could have done, the servant doesn't do and makes the boss come to do it, and then the boss comes and looks at the others, they will feel embarrassed. I should have done this, and I didn't. So it is said that they realized that they were offensive. The devatas also sometimes they will have that ego, because not all of them are fully purified. And it is said that is why Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says the devatas started offering prayers to the Lord as if saying, "Nahi, maaf kar do. Sorry, actually we could have helped, but we didn't help." So that their offense may be forgiven. This is the commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti. So when the Lord appeared, the Lord saw Gajendra is in so much pain. Acute pain, being in the grip of crocodile. And as soon as Gajendra saw the Lord in the sky on the back of Garuda and all the devatas bowing to him in deference, he immediately understood, this is the big boss that I was praying to. The boss has come. The supreme transcendent Lord has come. Immediately the elephant, he was in the lake. Even in that acute pain, he picked a lotus flower from the lake. Nothing else he could do. He couldn't offer Naivedya, he couldn't offer Arati. He just raised his trunk into the sky and offered with great devotion his heart in the form of this flower. And he uttered a beautiful prayer, just few words. What did he say? Oh my Lord, Narayan, Master of the universe, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances. Narayana Akhila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. That's what he said. Narayana Akhila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. You are that boss. You are Narayan. Offering my obeisances. Not many words, but just that simple flower offered great devotion. And when Lord Hari saw that situation and saw the surrender of Gajendra, he said, quickly, without waiting anymore, already 1,000 years had gone, all these devatas had not helped. He said, Lord Hari quickly jumped off the back of Garuda. He extended his hand, and it is said he pulled out Gajendra from the water. Along with Gajendra, he pulled so hard, probably he must have held on to the trunk of Gajendra, I'm assuming. He pulled out Gajendra. Along with Gajendra, the crocodile also came out of the water, holding on to the leg of Gajendra. Pulled him out together with the crocodile, who was still not willing to let go. And when Lord Hari saw that situation, and the crocodile also came out of the water, holding on to the foot of Gajendra, it is said, then in the presence of the devatas, the Lord took his Sudarshan Chakra, chopped off the head of the crocodile. And in this way, the Lord saved Gajendra, king of the elephants. That is the last verse of this chapter. The Lord comes, jumps off back, pulls Gajendra without wasting any time, chops off the head of the crocodile, and in that way he saves Gajendra also and he saves the crocodile also. So in the next chapter we will discuss both is this Gajendra and who was the crocodile. Because actually in one sense, even though both of them were fighting and both of them were enemies, the Lord delivered both of them because both of them were extraordinary personalities who were put into that situation for a particular purpose. And the Lord delivered both of them. So we'll continue that pastime later. Actually, I wanted to discuss a lot of other learning points also from this pastime, but we're already at 10 p.m. So in the next class, along with the history of Dharyumna and this crocodile, we'll also discuss some lessons relating to this pastime. Yeah, so I'm opening the floor. Yeah, Suresh Prabhu, you have some questions?
Yeah,
Krishna, bro.
I have 2 questions.
Yeah, Sundar Prabhu, just 2 minutes. I'll take Suraj's question first. Then I'll come.
Okay, sure, bro.
Yeah, Suraj.
Yeah, Prabhuji, so this episode where like there's a Gajendra Moksham or in any other sequence, when the living entity surrenders to God, they call him helplessly or out of misery. So at that point of time, if Lord is there on that place, Krishna is there, is he going to come instead of Lord Vishnu? Because all these stories, I mean, whatever happened like in Bhagavatam, it is the Lord Vishnu who comes. You mean it's a Shirodaksha Vishnu? And why not Krishna Prabhu?
No, he's here. The Lord was present here. In this particular pastime, the Lord was present as a Manvantara avatar.
Okay.
Okay, already. So he delivered Gajendra. His name is Hari. So he's the
Okay.
Supreme Person. Krishna appears only once in a while.
Okay.
So generally, the various avatars are uh, either Manvantara avatars who come, or they are uh, expansions of Shirodakshay Vishnu, or
Okay.
Shirodakshay Vishnu appears. He's the maintainer of the universe. He's the super soul representative of this world. Of course, if the devotee calls out to Krishna very specifically, then the Lord will appear in his form of Krishna. But uh, generally, the Lord is known as Vishnu, Hari, Narayan for most living entities.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Prabhu, I have one question from Bhagavad Gita.
Okay, go ahead.
Uh, Prabhu, this sloka, one second, Prabhu. Yeah, bahunam janmanam ante ज्ञानावान माम प्रपद्यन्ते वासुदेव सर्वमिति समात्मा sudurlabha. So Prabhuji, this is this from devotee point of view or non-devotee point of view? Because my understanding is we somehow we did not have that issues we directly accepted when we joined the class. But is it like non-devotees, they keep on circling in the birth and death circle and they realize, so is it point of devotee or non-devotee point of view, Prabhu?
Vasudeva Sarvam Iti.
Yeah,
Vasudeva Sarvam Iti to say theoretically is one thing. But Vasudeva Sarvam Iti to realize and understand and take full shelter is something else. Huh?
okay,
So this applies to all who are at a platform lower than Vasudeva Sarvam Iti realization.
yeah,
Okay, so what that means is, even those who take to spiritual path, they may go through many lifetimes of spiritual practices before coming to the realization of Vasudeva Sarvam. We may be at least in an advantageous position, at least theoretically we have heard Vasudeva Sarvam, but have
yeah,
but we may not be at the platform of realization of Vasudeva Sarvam.
okay,
Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. Bahunam Janmanam Jnanam. See, essentially what Krishna is saying is, only when you come to the realization of Vasudeva Sarvamiti, that nothing is beyond the Lord, everything is within him, we are all fully dependent. When we realize what all these prayers are actually speaking, then the natural outcome of that is that we will take full shelter of the Lord, because we realize there's nothing beyond him. He's the only ashray for every living entity. Bahunam Janmanamante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate. Why does he take full shelter? Understanding that Vasudeva is everything.
okay,
Okay. So we are in the process, we are doing sadhana, we are trying to come to that point of realization of Vasudeva. So we know it theoretically, but we are at different levels of understanding of that point. So the ideal representative of what Krishna is saying in this verse is referring to those who are actually fully Sharanagat.
okay, yeah,
But the verse applies to all spiritual aspirants who are short of that stage, including sadhana bhaktas.
okay. So the rare percentage of people who have really realized Vasudeva in that
Yes,
context.
yes. Also, those are rare who have at least theoretically understood that Vasudeva is Sarvam. There are others who have no idea that Vasudeva is Sarvam. So maybe some of us may be more fortunate than those who have no idea,
Okay, got it.
right? But we may not be having that realization, correct? So there are, even amongst devotional service, there are so many levels, right? You may see a devotee is better than a yogi, an impersonalist, or a Brahmavadi. But again, within that devotional ladder, there are so many levels.
Yeah, got it. So the last request, Prabhu, you are telling other like long time back you are going to take one class on karma. So just uh,
What do you want to know about karma? What do you have in mind?
karma. Yeah, I don't remember when you told like you wanted to explain detail in karma about like prarabdha karma, sanchita karma, how it plays, all those things.
Okay. Uh, yeah, let's see. I mean, can you all want, we can have a separate discussion. Actually, most of these points we have discussed. Let's see. I'll put a poll on the group. Let's see how many are interested. If devotees are interested to discuss specifically about that, we can have a talk specifically on that topic also.
Yeah, thank you, Hare Krishna.
Sudhir Sundar Prabhu, uh,
Ah, okay, bro. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, in you what made the comment saying that what is that the what is that the Devadas he didn't want to help Gajendra because Gajendra was not praying to them, but then instead he was just praying to the what is that Supreme Personality of Godhead. So even in our life, sometimes we kind of find that sometimes when we kind of want to go and help others, we'll be also thinking that should I go and help by what helping me? I'm going to land myself in what other kind of problems and all those things. So like sometimes like we also face all these kind of things. Like should I help or shouldn't I help? It is not concerning me. So I guess these are some of the challenges sometimes we also will kind of go through in our even in our material life or even in our what is that spiritual life. So I just want to kind of share share my thoughts on this thing. Thank you.
see, if we are responsible for a particular service and that opportunity comes, we should do. Devatas are representatives of the Supreme Lord. So just like police, right? The police see that a crime is happening, it is their job to come and intervene and help. You should not say that, oh, you are requesting the police commissioner to help. I'm just a constable. Why should I help? No, you are part of the department of law and order. So it's your duty. So if we are in a position, when I say position, where it is our duty to help or duty to serve, then we should. That is important. It doesn't mean foolishly we should rush into anything. It's not just that a tiger is jumping on somebody and then you see it, then blindly go and try to fight with the tiger. Be suicidal. So one has to use one's intelligence and know what one is capable of and what one should do and what one should not do. But here the point was that the Devatas were capable of saving Gajendra. And they could have, that's how Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains it. The verses don't directly say that. As representatives of God. Correct? So just like we are in the temple, right? And somebody comes to the temple, then on behalf of the deities and on behalf of Prabhupada, we invite the guests and we serve them. Will we say, oh, he's praying to Jagannath? If Jagannath wants, Jagannath will go and bring prasad and give to this person. Say like that. See, we will do it because we are servants on behalf of the Lord. So that's how Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur presents. You are praying to your boss, why you need the boss to come. Would have intervened then and there. Correct? Because the servants are supposed to be executing the orders of their master. So, should have, they didn't. So that's how he presents it. Yeah, but for us, we should use our intelligence. Not that every place, every time we have to intervene. So that requires intelligence. Otherwise, first we may not be capable. They were capable of helping in that situation. Doesn't mean that every problem we have to poke our nose and try to fix things which are none of our business. That will only create more problems. So it's very important, even when we intervene, we have to properly think whether it is my duty to intervene in this situation or not. or whether I am welcome to intervene in this. There are many considerations. So that's a very, very big topic. As servants of the Lord, if somebody is seeking help from the Lord, if we are in a position to help, yes, we must assist. Anything else? Anybody? Okay, so thank you very much. Antara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai Shri Prabhupada. So I will see you on Tuesday. And yeah, we'll continue our Chaitanya Charitamrita discussion. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you very much,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Thank you. Thank you, Anita Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Siji, Indulekha Mataji, thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Saralakshmi
Hare
Mataji, Sudhir Sundar Prabhu. Shah Mataji, thank you. Bhaskar, Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. Jai Sachiprema Mataji, Amit, Nitya, Suraj, Shalini, Tarun, Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you for, thank you for chanting your 16 rounds regularly.